If you're wondering how to use the Momcozy V1, then stick around as I am going to discuss the different components that make up the Momcozy V1, as well as how to assemble it and obviously how to use it. And if you love this video, please make sure to hit the like button. It really does help. And if you want to see more reviews, how-to guides, and tips and tricks, make sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, so let's dive in and take a look at the V1. As you can see, there are a few components to it. You have your breast collection cups. You have this tubing that connects it to the pump motor. So if we are to have a look at the collection cups, there is a lid, a diaphragm. If we're to pull this apart, you have your flange or breast shield, and you have your duckbill valve. There's also a little lid on the top which covers your pouring spout. And if we are going to put this back together, you first start with your diaphragm, and the flat part connects with the flat part of your collection cup, and it simply pushes in. Then with your lid, you are going to want to squeeze these two buttons together and make sure that the pump connection aligns with the little groove. And it's a bit tight to push in, so you push it in and press down, make sure you get that click sound. Then you're going to want to put on your duckbill valve. I like to make sure the flat side aligns with the collection cup, and it simply slides in, and then you attach your breast shield. The flange goes in line with the opening here, and you simply push that in. Once you have pushed that in, you are going to want to lift the seal a little bit so it goes up over the edge of your collection cup, so then you can just push around until you get a nice secure seal. Now this is really important that you get a nice secure seal. If you have any gaps and it isn't quite connected over, you're not going to get the suction that you need, and it won't be a very efficient pumping session. So once that is all done, I like to just run my fingers around the edge, make sure that you have a nice secure fit. And there you are. Now you're going to need to do this with both of the collection cups, and once that is done, you are going to want to reattach the tubing to the collection pump, and also make sure that the tubing is connected to your pump motor. And once that is all done, we can get ready to pump. Now before I go through all the different settings on the pump, there is one more thing that we need to look at, and that is making sure that you have the correct flange size. Now, the pump comes with a standard 24mm flange, but it also comes with this fantastic nipple measuring tool. I love this. It makes it easy to determine which nipple size is going to be the right for you. Now you don't want to go too large or too small, because that's either going to be extremely painful or cause damage. Once you have your correct nipple size, if you need to change from the 24mm and go down, you can insert the correct flange size. Now this is a 19mm. You'll find it's written on the side of your flange, and it's simply line it up and then push in until you have a really nice secure fit. If you need to go up, then you may need to look at going for a 27mm or larger flange breast shield. Okay, so let's have a look at how this pump works. So you hold on the power button to turn it on. It is also push down on the power button to turn it off. Once you have your pump on, you'll notice that it retains your last pumping session. Now I love this. I love the memory function. It makes it really quick and easy to get straight into your pumping session. Now we have 4 buttons around the bottom. You have your start or pause, You have this symbol which allows you to switch between the different modes. You have your minus and plus, which allow you to decrease or increase your suction strength. Now, if we have a look at the modes, you have this heart. Now that is for your stimulation mode, which is equivalent to your letdown. Now you're going to want to run this as your first setting and for 2 to 3 minutes until your milk flow kicks in. I recommend that you start on a lower end of your suction level. You don't want to be starting at a 9 unless you're an experienced pumper and you know exactly what setting works best for you. Start lower and then work your way up. That way you're going to find a suction strength that is most comfortable for you. And when we're talking about pumping, a higher suction strength doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get more output, because your comfort level is also incredibly important. So again, just to reiterate, start on a lower setting until you find something that's comfortable for you. Once you have your milk flowing, we are going to switch to either the expression mode, which is symbolized by this droplet, or you can go to the mixed mode. Now, I do love the mixed mode. It has a micro vibration technology. So if you can imagine this is on your breast and inside it's vibrating, it is loosening up all your milk ducts and really allowing you to get the most out of your pumping session. Again, you can lower or increase your suction level. And these dots around the top are just another quick, easy way to see where you are at in terms of suction strength. Now, you can also see your battery power symbol. Those 3 little dots will reduce as your battery power reduces, and it will flash when you are low on battery power. Once you have your settings, it's as simple as press play. Now, I love that this is a touch screen, so it just requires the tiniest little tap. You can pause. Again, very easy. After a few seconds, you will see this timer pop up. Now, I love the timer. It is inbuilt and it's a really handy feature that lets you track and even modify when needed for your pumping session. Once you have finished with your pumping session, you turn your pump off. Now, imagine this is against your breast. You are going to want to pull out the tube. You're going to want to gently slide your fingers in between your breast and the shield and gently release the suction. You don't want to be pulling. That is going to be quite painful and possibly cause damage. So just release that suction really gently with your fingers, and at the same time lean forward to reduce any spillage. Once you have disconnected your cup from your breast, you are going to simply lift the lid, have your pouring spout, and pour your milk into your container. Now, once you have finished with your pumping session, you're going to want to disassemble all the parts that have come in contact with the breast milk. Now, at this point, I will say that your lid, your tubing, and your pump do not come in contact with any breast milk and therefore do not need to be cleaned with each pumping session. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 little parts that you will need to hand wash in warm soapy water. Now, at the same time, once you have done that and put it all back together, I really highly recommend making sure you pop your breast pump onto charge. It comes with a really handy USB charger that you can just plug in wherever's convenient. And that way it's going to be always ready for your next pumping session. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will do my very best to answer them for you, and happy pumping. I hope this really helps.